Good morning, beloved family. I pray that all is well with you on this beautiful Saturday morning. Just sharing a brief word with you. I will post John 6:50 through 71 in the description box and also in the comment section so that you can read the entire passage. This message is relating to God healing the dead. And him healing the dead has a double meaning. He heals the dead in spirit, and he heals the dead that are actually physically dead. So we'll start here. This is the bread which comes down from heaven, that one may eat of it and not die. I am living bread which comes down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he will live forever. And the bread that I shall give is my flesh, which I shall give for the life of the world. Brothers and sisters, what do I mean when I say that he is healing the dead that is in the ground? Well, the Lord reveals to me that he heals people in different ways. There are people that may die in their healing. You have some people that may have cancer, that may have been healed, and they'll never come back to life on this earth, but they shall live forever in heaven. You ever notice that, I've been to quite a bit of funerals. You ever notice how someone may have died, but they're smiling? Or they have a sense of peace when you look at the body? Well, beloved family, it's simply because the Lord has reconciled their pain in their sleep state. He's healed them before their very physical death, so that they will have eternal life in heaven. Now, I've also not witnessed personally, but I have a friend. Her name is Shakira. We met at my job. And she told me how the Lord healed her body. And I'll give you this brief testimony. So I met Shakira because we were in training together, and she's moved on to another company now. But when we were in training, she says, "Constance, you know I have a purpose in this life, right?" I said, "You do?" I said, "Well, Shakira, what's your purpose?" She said, "Well, I'm just figuring it out. Honestly, I go to church and I do these different events and things. But I know that God has a purpose for me because he saved my life. He resurrected me from the dead." And she told me, she said her father had died, and Shakira has always suffered with like asthma attacks and things of that nature. But she said her father died just a couple days before. And she was in such a rough state of mind that she began to have one of those attacks. So everyone around her was planning her father's funeral, and she had gotten sick, and she died. I'm just telling you the short version. So she died, and her father, on the very day that they were going to have his funeral, she was in, I believe they call it the infirmary, I'm not sure, the place where they put dead bodies. She was in there because she had died herself. And this particular person, the Lord led to her. He told him, he said, go in there. Go in there with the body. Now, I'm not sure what his job title was, but he was one of the people that prepares the body. He had just received her body. He said, "Go in there." He laid it on this man, and the man was like, "Why do you want me to go in here? This person is dead. I'm not sure exactly what you want me to do." And the man, he went in there and he was looking before Shakira, who was laid out and had passed away from one of her attacks. And she started choking. And it scared the living daylights out of him. She started choking and started breathing. And he got the people to help her, and they took her back to the hospital and they resuscitated her completely. Her life wasn't easy because she had died. So that meant that she had to learn everything over again. She said she gained over like 100 pounds because they had her on all of these different medicines. She had to learn how to walk. She had to learn how to talk. Her speech is a little bit, impaired. She has a little bit of a slur with her speech because of everything that occurred. But Shakira is 100%. She's 100%. She's quick and she's smart and she works harder because of some things that may hold her back in terms of her speech. And when she told me that, I began to cry. She told me and my other friend Kia. It was just me and Kia, everybody. Matter of fact, it was lunchtime. And, we didn't like to go off campus for lunch off the job site because, it was only like 30 minutes and we brought our own food. So we didn't really know Shakira, but me and Kia used to ride to work together every day. And she just told us, she said, Constance, I don't tell many people, but I'm telling you and Kia. It was a miracle. God healed her and brought her back from the dead. But some people, he heals in their death, or he heals them before they die. That's why we should understand that the Lord is not one-dimensional. And we shouldn't judge people about their lifestyle because we don't know how the Lord is going to reconcile that person's life. There are some people I have heard, I was so into watching these people online, tell their stories about how they died and came back. Even before I met Shakira, when I worked at Quicken, I was always into watching those stories. And, I met someone who actually experienced that. I thought it was a miracle. He healed her, brought her back from the dead. So her life is purpose-filled. And even though she didn't know when we were working together, she didn't know specifically, I'm sure she will find out soon. In terms of healing someone who passed away, the Lord revealed to me, and he confirmed it through my mother yesterday, that several people will die, but they will die healed. So, there may be some people that have cancer, some people who have different diseases, and, family members will get upset. They'll be like, well, why did this person die? Lord, this was a good person. You should have gave them more life, but they are speaking from one dimension, or one thought process. The Lord, he's multidimensional. And some people die because it's simply their time to go. And Ecclesiastic says there is a time and a place for everything. We know not the hour. The Lord also says that life is but a vapor. So since we know that there's a time and a place for everything and life is but a vapor, he has called us to walk in forgiveness, love, and truth, and be respectful to mankind. I was watching this one guy yesterday and the Lord said, he's entertaining, but he's lost. Pray for him. Just one guy. He's not a Christian guy. He has a lot of commentary on different things, and I did pray for him. So brothers and sisters, I wanted to bring you some peace about death this morning. Live your life wholeheartedly and fully. Surrender completely to the Lord. Seek ye the kingdom moment by moment. But don't limit the Lord based on your own experiences and understanding. Our Father is out of the box. Our Father heals the living, and our Father heals the dead. And our Father reconciles people's lives, even in their sleep state, even in their unconsciousness. Someone who may be unconscious in the hospital is getting healed right now. Now, they may never be revived, but they have been healed. Shalom.